Hi everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. For today's easy and delicious dinner recipe, I've partnered with Cacique, and I'll be sharing my cheesy lasagna roll-ups. And not only is this dish so fun to make, but it's also packed with so much incredible flavor. We're going to start with a chorizo bolognese using Cacique beef chorizo. Then we're going to roll up the lasagna noodles with the bolognese, add some cotija and manchego cheese, add more sauce and more cheese on top. This dish is just so aromatic and delicious. It is bound to become a family favorite. And I'm going to start this dish off with the beef chorizo bolognese. So I'm going to heat a large saute pan over medium heat and add in a little bit of olive oil. And I'll be using two 9-ounce packages of Cacique beef chorizo. And once that oil is nice and hot, I'm going to add the chorizo right in. And then grab a spatula and break the chorizo apart. And this is so aromatic. This is actually my go-to choice for chorizo. It's packed with so much flavor and it's going to be perfect for this recipe. Allow the chorizo to cook for about 3 to 4 minutes until it starts to simmer. And then we're going to add in 1 large diced onion and 5 minced garlic cloves. Toss that all together. Continue to simmer the chorizo with the onions and garlic for another 3 to 4 minutes until the onion is soft, and then it's time to add the spices. I have half a teaspoon of oregano, half a teaspoon of rosemary, half a teaspoon of thyme, a 1/4 teaspoon of fennel seeds, 2 teaspoons of sea salt, a tablespoon of sugar, and 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar to help balance this all out. And give this a stir. Next, I'll add in 1 cup of beef broth, 1 cup of tomato sauce, 3/4 cup of tomato paste, and the final ingredient, 3 cups of crushed tomatoes. And then just grab a whisk and whisk everything together. And then we're going to cover this pan. I'm going to leave the lid slightly ajar and let this simmer away for about 20 to 25 minutes. If you have the time, simmer it for even 35 to 40 minutes. Meanwhile, I'm going to get started on my noodles. Just bring a large pot of water to a boil, add the lasagna noodles in there and cook them until they are al dente. And then we'll also start on our cheese. While my bolognese sauce is simmering away and I'm waiting for my lasagna noodles, let's talk about the Cacique cheeses that I'll be using today. First up, we have manchego cheese. This is a thick and creamy melting cheese that has really great earthy and nutty flavors. It has a similar aroma to cheddar cheese and it's going to be the perfect addition to this recipe. I'm going to grab a medium-sized grater and grate the whole block of manchego. I love to have lots of melty cheese in my lasagna, so this is going to be perfect. Next up, we have cotija, and this is an aged robust cheese that has similar flavors to Parmesan or dry feta, and the robust and salty flavor of this cheese is going to perfectly complement the chorizo bolognese sauce. And I'm going to grate the cotija as well, but check out how crumbly this is. Isn't this like the most beautiful texture? It's going to be perfect for this dish. Just took my chorizo bolognese off the stovetop, and I wish you guys could smell the aroma of this. It is so aromatic. And now I have everything ready to assemble my cheesy lasagna roll-ups. My chorizo bolognese is done. I have my lasagna noodles all cooked. And to prevent them from sticking to each other, just pour a little bit of olive oil into the water before you drain it. You'll need a nice and large casserole dish. I have my cotija and manchego ready to go. And to assemble this dish, I just lay a couple of the lasagna noodles flat and then spoon on that chorizo bolognese. Spread it evenly across the surface here. And then sprinkle on the manchego cheese. Add some cotija cheese. And then just gently roll up the filled lasagna noodles. Transfer them into the casserole. I have my lasagna rolls in the pan, and now I'm going to top them with more chorizo bolognese over the top. sprinkle on more cheese. And finish this off with a little bit of dried basil and freshly ground black pepper. And my cheesy lasagna roll-ups are ready to go into my oven. I have mine preheated to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. The roll-ups are gonna bake for about 28 to 30 minutes. You want that cheese to be nicely melted and the sauce to be simmering away. Then we'll come back to enjoy this delicious recipe. And that's it for this easy and delicious dinner recipe. Once you take the lasagna roll-ups out of the oven, let them cool for a good 15 to 20 minutes, and then it's time to dig in and enjoy. And I love the aroma, love that melted cheese on top. This looks so delicious. Wow, talk about flavor. This dish has it all, from that amazing chorizo bolognese sauce. It is so aromatic, and I love the addition of the chorizo instead of the Italian sausage. And then you have the herbs and the tomato sauce and that cheese. Let's talk about the cheese. I love that robust and salty flavor from the cotija. That manchego has melted beautifully. It is so delicious in this recipe. If you guys love lasagna, try this recipe. I guarantee you are going to love it. For more recipes just like this one, visit the Cacique recipe webpage. It's going to be down in the video description box below, along with the full recipe for this dish. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video recipe, and I'll see you next time.